Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new to the channel, my name's Brad and I'm out here on our 20 acres in Northwest Florida. And what we're doing today is we're trying to get some good water for Piney Grove. So as a recap, we've already got one well drilled, which we drilled last year, but it has sediments in the water. And we haven't been able to work with that well or fix it or adjust it so that we can get good, clean water without sediments. But what we're doing today, and this is day 2 of well number 2. So it's well number 2, but it is the 3rd time that equipment has been on this property. Yesterday, they were able to drill down to about 200 feet and find water. And then at the about 140 foot mark, they found that somewhere between 100 foot and 140 foot, there was a cavity. So they put down an 8-inch well casing and cemented the bottom to seal off that cavity so that no sand comes from the side into the well. Then they're gonna drill down inside of that 8-inch well casing and put in the 4-inch well and go past the bottom of the 8-inch casing to about the 210 foot depth with the actual well to get our water. After that, we're gonna bring the water to the concrete pad behind me where the pressure tank is, and then hopefully from there we'll be able to distribute clean water to the shed, the pole barn, and the house that's being built behind the cameras. Okay, Greg and his crew are rolling up now. What I'm gonna do is hand dig around this pump area to get it ready for them to run the water lines and the electrical lines. We'll bring the electrical in that 4-inch line. We're not gonna do anything with that 1-inch PVC line there, but the electrical will go in there. And then coming around here, I dug. And this is how water will get into the pump house or the well house. All right, a lot of the same stuff that was going on yesterday. He's getting the drill bit in there, puts the drill bit down, then he stops it in the stop. I guess that's the drill shaft. And then he gets another piece and puts it on there, and then that measures how far down he is with a counter. He's gonna go up and grab another piece of the drill shaft, spin it on, lift it up, put it in place. You see this end sliding towards, right there, sliding towards the helper. Male end goes into the female end, clamp and spin it to tighten up the threads until the 2 pieces are connected. And then the drill is now, what, 40, 50 feet longer. He pushes it down, trying to find the bottom. Not at the bottom yet, so he stops and does it all over again. 1 piece of drill bit at a time till he gets to the bottom, and then he'll start drilling. So while they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the pipe that gets the water over to the, well, actually it's gonna do the pole barn, but it's gonna run alongside the mega shed. I'm just gonna hand dig it because I don't want to get the excavator so close to the shed and possibly dent the metal of the shed. I'm just gonna dig that trench past that door. I want to dig it from the end of this PVC all the way out to that corner of the shed out there where you just see the 2 vertical metal supports of the porch of the shed. Okay, the pipe's in and glued. I didn't want to use another 20-foot piece, so the 40-foot ends there. So I just stuck a 10-foot piece in there, and that way I can flush it. And eventually what this is going to do is I'll tee it off and either put a hydrant or a water spigot right here in this corner. And then we'll go from the corner of the shed to the pole barn in the same trench. We're going to do a water pipe and electrical. But I see 4-inch pipe going in, and 4-inch pipe is our actual well. So I'm guessing he's confident that he's got that pocket isolated with the 8-inch, and now he's putting in the 4-inch. water would indicate that he had the well kind of sealed off from that pocket. But there you see the 4-inch well inside of the 8-inch PVC. Okay, so they glued the 4-inch to the 4-inch there. And that is, like I said, our actual well casing. So that's our 4-inch well casing going down inside of the 8-inch casing. So I went up to Greg and I said, "You got it the way you want it?" He said, "Not yet." And he didn't smile. So I didn't ask him any more questions. He's got a lot on his mind. I'm gonna go back down to digging something that I can understand, something I can handle, and something I can control. I can't control what's going on back there. I can only be hopeful that out of all this, we get a well for Piney Grove, because if this don't work, I don't know what the next step is. That's as close as I dare get with the tractor. I don't want to hit my shed, and it's just not worth it. It's pretty well packed. I just used the tire weight or the weight of the tractor to pack it in, and then the back of the bucket just to smooth it out. Let's go see what the well drillers are up to. Thought I saw some water coming out. Not sure exactly what's going on, but I don't think anything that's going on is good right now as far as this well. I think they were just pouring a lot of water in there, hoping to get circulation and get it to pump the sediments and the rock back up through the top, and it was just going down there and going into a cavity or something. So I think what they said they were trying to do was they have a bag of gravel, that blue bag there on the truck, and I think they're going to put gravel at the bottom. Seeing what they call circulation, and that's when they're shooting water down in the hole or in the well and it comes back up. Is that your water or is that well water? That's well water. That's well water? Maybe we're getting closer to a good well here at Piney Grove. Greg and his crew just left. It's a 210-foot well. It's a 4-inch well inside of an 8-inch casing. The 8-inch casing goes down to about 140 feet, and then the actual well goes down 210 feet, and it bottoms out on the hard rock. So this is a continuous piece of 4-inch PVC with the bottom 40 feet of it being a screen. He felt like the water was clear, it was good to go, but he was not able to put in the pump. He put the pump on the work truck this morning, but they also had to put in a couple loads of gravel on the work truck, so the workers took off the pump to put on the gravel, and it got left back at the shop. The water table's at 100 feet, gonna put the pump at 160 feet, so it'll be 60 feet below the water table, and we're gonna put a 1.5-horse pump in there and give us about 18 gallons per minute. He said that that is enough to run 5 mobile homes in a mobile home park, so we should have plenty of water. Felt like the water was clean, but we haven't pumped it out and pumped it through a filter with the pump because the pump isn't here. I also told him I'd dig the trench from here to the pads. I've got a 12-inch trenching bucket on Precious, and that'll just make less mess. So that was a whole bunch of talking to say that Piney Grove has a second well dug. And at this point, it looks like it's a success, but we won't know really anything until we get it hooked to that pressure tank and we run the water through that filter and see if there's any sediments in it. That's how we found the problem last time. Things don't always go right the first time, so you just got to keep plugging away at it. So I trenched from the new well to the old well, and now I'm trenching the water line to the house. I went ahead and dug from where I left off in the last trenching video for this, for the water lines to the house. And I'm gonna go all the way to the house, and then I made an area where I can tee off and go to the shed. So those are the water lines where I left off. Of course, there's Precious. And then I teed off to go to the shed. I never know how to connect a trench with an excavator as you're going backwards. Eventually you got to dig the other side, either by hand or connect the two trenches under the excavator. You can pick up the side of an excavator and spin it, but I tried that earlier today and that was a big fail. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to get out of this. Okay, so the water lines are largely in. I've got the main trunk line going to the shed. I just don't have a saw with me to put in the T to go up to the shed, but I got the main trunk line to the shed. And of course, earlier today, I got this trunk line going to the pole barn. So those are in, and then the main trunk line going to the house is all the way down to the end. It just needs to be have a little bit added onto it and then make an elbow, and then it's right into the house because the rest of the house is done. So as soon as we get the new well hooked to the old well tank, the old well pressure tank, we'll be able to hook this water line up and we'll have water in the first house on Piney Grove. We got a lot done here at Piney Grove today. We got the new well put in. We dug the trench from the new well to the old well, and then we dug the trench back here to take that water from the pressure tank to the new house and also to the shed and the pole barn. So I'm very, very thankful. Greg drilled another well for us, but I have yet to see the water go through the filter. So I've got my fingers crossed. He feels like it's better water. Hopefully this is the last video for a well for that house and our house. So thank you for watching. If you would, click that like button. It really helps out our channel. Subscribe. It's 100% free. Costs you nothing to subscribe, and share with your friends. Otherwise, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, y'all.